Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa. So this is going to be my 2024 fragrance awards. I've categorized them into certain fragrance families and I'll pick 3 fragrances, my top 3 out of each fragrance family, and give you the best one according to my personal preference or experience. A lot has been released this year when it comes to all categories: the fruits, the florals, the gourmands, the vanillas. A lot of them. There are a lot of them, but some of them really didn't excite me as much. I'm going to give you my top 3 in each category and then narrow it down to my number 1. Let me know in the comment section whether you agree with me on this list or not. And the first group I'm going to start here with is going to be the fruits. I've enjoyed these simple fruits for the most part. I enjoy simple, fragrances sometimes, like most of the time. It's not always the sexy gourmands, the beast mode, there's a time and a place for everything. And I do enjoy my simple fragrances. And my top 3 simple fragrances for when it comes to the fruits are going to be Pear Potion by Paris Corner, which I believe is a very realistic tart pear scent. That is essentially what is going to give you very delightful and refreshing. The second one is going to be Nostalgic Expression, also by Paris Corner. No, did some good works this year. Paris Corner gave us the Nostalgic Expression, which they marketed as an afternoon swim inspired by, but to my nose, I think they did a phenomenal job. It smells so much better to my nose than the afternoon swim by Louis Vuitton, although Louis Vuitton, is on a league of its own. I think they did a very phenomenal job with the entire Nostalgic line, particularly the Nostalgic Expression, the 4th. So that is also a contender. And the third one here is also going to be another Paris Corner, Care Fusion. Care Fusion, Nostalgic Expression, the 4th, and Pear Potion are my top 3 fruity fragrances for the year 2024. A lot more has been released that I love, but narrowing it down, these are the 3. Out of these 3, I think my favorite amongst them, I wish I could just say all of them are, my favorite amongst them, the number 1 is going to be Nostalgic Expression by Paris Corner. It is an orange, I guess a simple, realistic Fanta scent, orange and Sicilian mandarin. Basically, that's what you're getting with a hint of, very light ginger. It's very refreshing. Fun. It is fun. Nothing complicated, nothing sexy. It is just fun, flirty, unisex, very unisex, and I get a lot of compliments on Nostalgic Expression by Paris Corner. So yeah, in this case, I think my number 1 is Nostalgic Expression by Paris Corner. I move on to florals. In the case of florals, I'm going to go with fragrances I got for 2024. And that most of them are actually 2024 releases, but there are a few exceptions to this which were released earlier, but I got them in 2024, and that is going to be the case of Massaggi by Latafa, a very beautiful orange blossom and some white florals. I love Massaggi. It gives me a very feminine, like an ultra feminine polished vibes. And the second one is going to be Lean. In as much as a lot of people say mango when it comes to Lean, to me, I think I get more of the florals, the jasmine, the tuberose. I get the florals in a little more, dose than the mango, although the mango is also quite a realistic one. I think it's more floral than followed by the fruit. So I would say Lean is a floral. In my opinion, it's much to the floral side than a fruity scent. So I would say Majazi is a contender, Lean, and then the third one is going to be Cleopatra from Hamidi, which is after Creed Camina, with the peony, the violet, the rose, a very beautiful floral. I love both of them. They give me different notes, like different scent profiles altogether. They are entirely different. They don't smell alike in any way, but I love them. I appreciate them for what they are. So Majazi, Lean, Cleopatra. That is a tough one. This is a very tough one for me to say. This is a single, but I think I'm going to go with Massaggi. I think I'm going to go with Massaggi just because of how it makes me feel. They both make me feel very feminine and womanly, but I think Massaggi offers a little something that I really appreciate. So yes, yeah, tight corner, but I think Massaggi is going to be the winner for this. Then I move on to my ouds. When it comes to the ouds, I'm going to go with being shaped by the brand Ahmed Al Maghribi. It's a very skanky, Oud for Glory, but on steroids. Oud for Glory, but make it more Middle Eastern. How Middle Eastern can Oud for Glory be? It's quite an Oudi one. That's what people say is a lot for them. So imagine Oud for Glory, make it a little more Middle Eastern with the oud that is being shake, and I love that. I'm going to go with Portrait Oud, which is a phenomenal oud fragrance. It's more about the woods and the oud, but Portrait Oud is a very beautiful interpretation of Alexander II by Zezhov, and I love them with the rose oud, the lavender, the woods, the oud, beautiful, like polished oud, and that is a case of Portrait Oud. And then the next or the third one is going to be, I think I'm going to cheat in this case because this is not a Middle Eastern fragrance, but it has the note of oud, and I love Neves. I love it. I do love Neves. So in this case, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I think Neves wins here, hands down, in as much as I love being shake, I love Portrait Oud, I think undisputedly Neves is going to win in this category. So yeah, I cheated, but it is my channel anyway. So I hope you agree with me though. I'm going to go with Gourmands, and this is the only category I wasn't able to narrow it to 3. Rather, I have 5, like 5, massive contenders in the form of Vanilla Toffee by Swiss Arabia, which I absolutely adore. I love how it smells. I'm going to go with the older formulation Empire Victor by Cartilage. I mean, like, that is a very beautiful gourmand scent with the oud, the vanilla, the creaminess, giving me a banana-esque feel. It is very rich and intense, decadent, gourmand scent to me. And then I'm going to go with December Vanilla. Yes, I couldn't do Empire Victor without, putting December Vanilla here. And then I think I'm going to go with Tiramisu. There are 4 of them, not 5, 4 of them. Vanilla Toffee, Empire Victor, December Vanilla, and then Tiramisu Speculous by Paris Corner. Those are the 4 contenders in the Gourmand category. And this is also a tough one for me because I love them all. But if I push myself and be true to myself, I think I'm just going to go with the older formulation Empire Victor. Hands down, the #1 gourmand scent I currently have, or have picked up for the year 2024. The older formulation. I think a lot of people are used to the newer one, which is also beautiful. But trust me on the older one, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal, like sexy. It is very sexy, so yeah, I'm going to go with them vanillas. I separated the gourmands from the vanillas because vanilla on its own is like a huge category that needs to be given the respect, so in the case of vanillas, I'm going to go with Liquid Brand from the house F.A. Paris. I'm going to go with Anham from Latafa, and then Metallico from the house Paris Corner. I think Metallico is the only one that was released, like, I think 2023, but it found its way here because I bought it in 2024. I love them. Liquid Brand is amazing. Angam is phenomenal. Metallico is fantastic. So amongst these 3, I think vanilla, I love me a complex fragrance. I love a lot of complex fragrances, so I think amongst these 3, what I enjoy the most, amongst these 3 is going to be Metallico from Paris Corner. Honestly, I love them all, but I think Metallico gives me something a little more me. It's something that a lot of people complain that they cannot wear, they cannot really appreciate, but I love that uniqueness about that metallic, feel, the aldehydes, and then the vanilla ice cream and that metallic nuance. I love it. So I think in this case, Metallico wins. I'm going to go with the most feminine. There's been a lot of releases that are feminine leaning, and in this I'm going to go with the Wedding Silk Santal, which I think is very beautiful. Hands down, a very beautiful scent. It's just pretty, it's beautiful. It is like a sense of innocence. And so is Cutting a Beard by Mamlakat Al Oud, also very innocent, like cuddly, cozy feel. And then I'm going to go with another one. I also have 4 contenders here. I'm going to go with Noble Blush by Latafa. I think Noble Blush is beautiful. I think it is a pretty scent, and it's also ultra feminine to me. So yes, it's a contender here. And the last one is going to be the Kingdom Hair, also by Latafa. So we have the Wedding Silk Santal, we have Cotton Beard, we have Noble Blush, and then Kingdom Hair by Latafa. And in this, I think I'm going to give it to Kiali. I'm going to give it to the Wedding Silk Santal. The Wedding Silk Santal is a very beautiful scent, and I think it deserves to be the number one, in my opinion, when it comes to the most feminine, scent. I'm going to go with the overhyped fragrances for 2024. There's been a lot, in my opinion, I say they are overhyped. Maybe it might not be to other people, but this is simply my, subjective opinion. I think Soiree by Maison Astral was overhyped simply because I think people should have been more, like more truthful about what it actually was, what it just was, another variation of Nebras. So people should have been upfront about it, so because of that, I think it was overhyped, because it's a scent profile that we already know about. It's nothing new, so Soiree, I think, was overhyped. Another one which was released late 2023, early 2024, Care Pistachio. I think Care Pistachio, that yam pistachio profile, is quite overhyped. I think it's not quite. I think personally, I think it is overhyped. And I think another major overhyped one, which was also unnecessarily overhyped, was Kissa Pink, because we already had Yara, and Yara is like, was already raining, so I didn't see the whole hype around Kissa Pink, which is like the inferior sister to Yara, in my opinion. I think Kissa Pink didn't deserve the hype that it gathered. So those to me are the 3 overhyped fragrances. But if I should choose the most overhyped around amongst these 3, I think it's going to be all 3 were overhyped. In this case, I think all 3 overhyped. I think so. I'm going to go with the category underhyped. In my opinion, these are all my opinion. I think Kissa Delicious. Kissa Delicious should have gained a lot more, hype or traction. It didn't get a favorable reaction at the beginning. A lot of people dismissed it, called it every other thing but beautiful. I think I was one of the few people who stood by Kissa Pink and said it is beautiful, it is beautiful, it is beautiful. And nowadays I get a lot more people giving me a very similar reaction, that they appreciate Kissa Delicious a lot more. I think Kissa Delicious is like a phenomenal fragrance. It's like it was overlooked, for whatever reason. It was initial, first 1-2 days, it might not be the best. Just give it like 3 weeks and it blossoms beautifully. So Kissa Delicious, I think, is a very underhyped fragrance. So is Mild Cognac Blaze, also from Paris Corner. I think that was marketed as Angel Share Camera, which to me is not, not at all. I think that was what made people stay away, because everybody was thinking, oh, another camera or another Angel Share. We already have a lot of that, but that is a very different scent. It even has the note of coffee and I think Davana. So there's a greenness to it, there's a coffee twist to it. It doesn't give me the date of the camera, it doesn't give me the apple pie of the Angel Share. It doesn't give me those. It gives me a different scent profile altogether, a very balsamic, enjoyable, non-boozy scent. It is not boozy in any way at all. So it deserved to have gained a little bit of hype, but unfortunately it did not. So I think Mild Cognac Blaze was a bit under hype. And I'm going to go with Nadine by the House Al Wataria, which I got to find out, I found out from Sea Chronicles when I visited her in Zimbabwe. I experienced it and it was like love at first sniff. It's like beautiful. If you ever wondered how Sintra by Memo Paris, smells, on like at a very affordable rate, it's going to be Nadine. So these are the three that I thought are the most underhyped, with Kissa Delicious being the number one on this list in my opinion. I think Kissa Delicious should have gained the I'm glad it's gaining a bit of hype now, but it could have done so better. Woods, yes, woods are not necessarily everybody's favorites, but in this case the three best woods for 2024 that I picked up are going to be Udain from the house Latafa, which has the cedarwood and the sandalwood. I'm going to go with Emir, also by Latafa, which also has the cedarwood and the sandalwood, and Waisal Dihab by Ajmal, which also has sandalwood and then cedarwood. They both basically have the same woods, I think Udain has some woodsy, it has an additional woodsy notes, but essentially these three fragrances, Waisal Dihab, Udain, and Emir, they all have the sandalwood and then the cedarwood, and they come across as woody, but like different directions altogether. Emir has the additions citruses, with the bergamot and the lime citrus at the top. Udain has a very resonant sweetness to it, and then White Sour the Herb has that sweetened peach about it. So entirely different structure, or like different scents altogether. My favorite in this case, tough one. White Sour the Herb is good, Udain is good, Emir is good, but I think my current favorite woody scent is going to be White Sour the Herb. I love it. It's like a crisp. It has a crisp, clean vibe to it. That is a bit more mass appealing than Udain, which people might find a bit woody and inky and animalic. So a more mass appealing one is going to be White Sour the Herb and then Emir. But I think Emir is more on the masculine side, whilst White Sour the Herb is a very unisex scent. So in the woods category, I'm going to go with White Sour the Herb. Then I'm going to go with the best discoveries of 2024. There are so many fragrances that have been discovered for 2024. I'm going to say the ones that I discovered in 2024 is going to be Spanish vanilla. I think it's the only fragrance I really sort of spoke about whilst nobody had spoken about it on YouTube. I brought it to people's attention, let you know what it is. It's a very beautiful raspberry and vanilla scent, although people tell me they don't get the raspberry, but I actually do get that raspberry note, and it's beautiful. So White Sour the Herb to me is a discovery that I think I made in 2024. And the last list here is going to be the Sexiest. When it comes to the Sexiest, I wanted to leave this one opened. I have like a lot of fragrances in mind that could be contenders for the Sexiest fragrances for 2024. The ones that I picked up, that includes Nefs by Michane. That also includes Say by the house Latafa. And I think I'm going to add Empire Victor and then December Vanilla to them. I think those four fragrances are like very beautiful, grown, matured, and sexy fragrances, And I think in this category, I'm giving it to all of them. I'm not going to say this wins over that. They are all sexy, grown, matured, They don't give off any juvenile little girl. They are like, yeah, grown and sexy. That's it. So that's going to be it for today, and I hope this video found you well. Let me know if you agree with me, if you have any of these fragrances, or if you have any list of your own. I would love to know. So that is going to be it for today, and I hope this video found you well. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.